Good morning, my friends. This is Becky. Welcome back to my channel and happy Friday. Today is Friday, January the 13th. Oh, it's Friday the 13th. I just realized that. And I am going to be budgeting out my third week of December in the app called YNAB. If you are new, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so ready to get this year started. I may or may not have done some spending this last week, and by that I mean I did, but most of it was budgeted for. It's just things I've been saving up for that I spent. I did go a little over in guess. Those of you who are not new, yeah, it was giving. Shocking, I know, but that's cool. It's fine. I've balanced out my budget and we are moving on, picking up and moving on with our lives. If you are not new, welcome back. I'm so happy that you came back. I'm so excited to be going through this journey with you. And y'all, I can't wait to see how 2023 works out for all of us. I'm so excited to be getting this journey underway. And of course, it's after 7:30 and I have to be to work at 8, so I don't have time to go into a lot of details like I like to do, but I do have some changes coming to the way I'm going to be budgeting, and I might just do a separate video for them just because I don't have time to do them this morning, unless I have time to do them this morning, and then I will totally tack them on to the end of this. So, if you're new, the way I do this is I get my budget out. I plan about a month and ahead on the Budget Moms Budget by Paycheck planner that I am using this year. This year it's a printed out version because she didn't have a physical version, so I have I'm printing out a month at a time. So it's only January. I have January in here. It's almost time to set up my February budget, y'all. It's already halfway through January. It's already halfway through January. I don't know how time goes so fast. Also, I'm drinking out of a World of Warcraft cup, and I have literally never played this game, but I got this cup for free at South by one year, and it's just a great size for iced coffee, so. And it's a pretty color. And they have pandas, I've heard. I don't know. I have somewhere somebody got me a mouse pad from when World of Warcraft came out with pandas because I like pandas. Anyway, tangents aside, this is why I don't have time to do all of the stuff I want to do. I talk a lot. Okay, so the way I do this, I set everything up in my Budget Mom planner, and then every week I come into YNAB, and this is where I digitally cash stuff my envelopes. I don't use actual cash, I use digital cash. I just find it easier for me, and I can utilize credit card rewards by doing it this way too. So part of my income this week was $1.49. Yeah, $1.49 in credit card rewards just in the last week, just for using my card on stuff that I'm going to pay the card off. Like, I'm not going to pay any interest. They just gave me an extra $1.50 this week because. So why not use that if you can responsibly use credit cards? Becky, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, should not have been doing this because she did not know how to use credit cards. And so I stopped her. But now that I can do it responsibly, my cards are paid off, I can pay them off at the end of the month or pay them off before interest accrues. Then now I can do that. So my hair is so frizzy. So frizzy, y'all. And I don't know why. Like, I washed it yesterday the same as always, and it's super frizzy today. Let's start budgeting. Shall we budget? How about that? Okay, so I just finished closing out my budget from last week, and somehow I have like $14 more in my account than my budget says I should, but I don't have time to go over and find out where that is. So I'm hoping it's accurate, but it should be accurate. So I have on here, I have bills that I have to pay this week because I get paid next week. So I just do this 1 week at a time. So bills I have to pay, and then my envelopes, which these are my variable expenses. These are, if you are familiar with cash envelope stuffing, this would be my wallet, what I carried around with me, my dining out, my groceries, my fun money, things like that. And then I have just a couple of sinking funds that I'm going to put some money into, and a savings, which is also a sinking fund. So that's all I have for today. So let's see if we can get this done. So every week I give myself $50 for dining out, and every week I spend it. Every week I give myself $75 for groceries, and again, every week I spend it. Fun money gets $10, and the reason that is completely depleted is because I totally use that money toward groceries and dining out this week. And ecclesial expenses gets $40. This is my church donation. I do $40 every week. My gas, my self-care, that only gets funded on paycheck weeks, which is every other week for me. And so if those aren't going to get anything today, but they both have money in them. And then pet expenses, household, and budgeting, those are once a month categories for me. I did order all of my stickers for March, February, and March from Life in Envelopes yesterday. So those should be getting here in the next couple of weeks, and we'll set up February, and it'll be awesome. And I won't have any sticker expenses for the month of February. Like I shouldn't have any money coming out for stickers. I might buy some other things, or I could save it toward my giveaway because we're like 820 subscribers, y'all. And once we reach 1,000, and Becky, thank you so much for saying that you would rather me use my money toward a cruise. And if you win, you can tell me to keep it. But I want to do a thank you because it means so much to me that y'all are here. And at 1,000, which who knows if we'll hit 1,000 like in the next month or 6 months. I don't know. I mean, we had a big growth spurt, but that's because it was January and a lot of people are getting interested in setting up their budgets. But I think it's going to taper off. And so, I mean, I hope it doesn't. If you think that this is awesome, you should totally share it with people and tell them to come check out my channel because I think it's great. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know when it's going to happen. So we'll see. But I do want to do a giveaway, a thank you, because I do enjoy doing this and y'all keep me accountable and y'all make me so excited. And every time I get a comment, I get so excited. And I know I don't respond immediately, but that's because it's really hard to respond on the app on my phone for some reason. My keyboard on my phone I don't love. And I'm not on my computer very often. So I need to get on here and respond to comments more often, but I do see them and I do love you and I appreciate every single one of you for commenting. So, and liking and watching, just watching. I love you. I love you all. Okay, I'm going to stop. Okay, so those are my categories for this. So that is that. And then I have bills that I have to pay this week. I have my OneDrive. I'm going to put $10 in here. So it actually is only $7.57. As you can see here, it's already scheduled to come out, $7.57. But I'm going to put $10 because I also keep my Instant Ink in this category. And I'm grandfathered into an old plan where I don't pay anything if I stay under 15 pages a month. But now that I'm printing these pages every month, I'm not sure if I'm going to go over. And so I like to have a couple of extra dollars just stored away in case they charge me because I don't have any money for that budgeted anywhere else because it's not a regular recurring charge. So I like to keep just $2 or $3 in here because it's $0 for 15 pages and then it's $1 for every 10 pages after that. So if I print 11 pages, if I print 16 pages, I'm going to pay $1. If I print 26 pages, I'm going to pay $2. I don't think I'm going to print more than that. So keeping $2 in here like at all times should be a good buffer for me. I'd have to print a really lot in order to pay more than that. I'd have to print, that'd be 10, 20, that'd be 25. Yeah. No, 35. I'd have to print 35 pages to pay more than $2, which for some people that may not sound a lot, but that is a lot of printing for me. I just don't print that much. So end of that spiel. Planet Fitness is my gym membership. That is going to be due on the 17th. Audible is Audible. I am on an every other month plan. So I know I've said this before, but it's been a little bit and I know I have a bunch of new people watching. So the way I have it, and I didn't know this was a thing. So if you didn't know and you've been contemplating canceling your Audible membership, or especially if you're considering dropping down to just the included categories, the included library, when I went to do that, they gave me the option to do an every other month plan. So I pay $18.40 every 2 months, and I get all of the included library and 1 credit every 2 months. It was literally just a few cents more than doing the included library only. I think with taxes, that one came to like $9 and something. I can't remember now because it's been a couple of months. But it was like 10 cents more. Let's say it was 10 cents more. So it was $9.10 a month to do the included library with taxes. It was like $8.99 plus tax. Or I could do this every other month one, and I got everything I was going to get with that $8.99 plan. Plus, I got an extra credit every other month to use, which is plenty of credit for me. I don't use it that often. And sometimes I have like a couple of them, and my mom logs onto my account and listens to it sometimes. So I'll be like, "Mom, go pick a book and just listen to it because I am not going to use that credit." So this plan works best for me as somebody who doesn't listen to a ton of audiobooks. I do go through phases. Sometimes I really do want to I just want to listen to books all the time. And so I can always buy the 3 credits because I am still a member. So you can do the extra credit thing where it's like $11 a credit or something. And that's still a really good deal. But for me right now, I don't need it. Plus, most of the books that I want, I've seen are on sale. Like they cost less than the credit. So I'm not going to spend a credit on them. If they're only like $10, I'm just going to buy that book, which I think is their scheme anyway. They just want you like, you're going to pay for your credit and we're going to get you to buy this book too. Or we're going to get you to pay for a credit, which costs more than this book. And then we've made extra money. I get it. They're a business. It's Amazon. They know how to make some money. They figured that part out. The internet is due on the 23rd, which is not out of this check. Oh, Audible's not out of this check either. I only have to go through the 17th. I just did this whole spiel about Audible, and it's not even due right now. I'm going to undo that. You can just click this undo button. Bam, it's gone. So this isn't due till the 20th. So the way I do it, it's a week, and my weeks go from Friday to Thursday. So today is the 13th, and this will go through the 19th. So the 13th through the 19th, and then next Friday, a week from today, we will come back and do the 20th through the 26th. That should be a paycheck week. I should get a paycheck that day. So we'll see. Also, yes, I did look into it, and apparently my bank did suddenly start offering early payday, which is why all of a sudden in October I started getting paid early. And I did look back. Wade, I don't know if you're the Wade I know or a different Wade, but I did look back and confirm that it was in October that this started. So yes, yes, it is. That is what is happening. That is why I get paid a day early now. Not complaining. I appreciate that. It gives me time to like come in here and work out my budget before everything, before I film these videos. So that is all I have for those. I do have my PayPal credit, my line of credit, that I am paying $30 a month on. And it looks like I'm overspent. I'm not. It just is set up to come out today. So YNAB doesn't, it's like, oh, it's 12:01 on the 13th, and this bill comes out on the 13th. So it puts it in automatically. So that is covered. And then I want to put money in to the last couple of sinking funds that I did not fund last week because I ran out of lines. And then y'all, we're going to talk a little bit because I still have like 10 minutes before I have to be at work. We're going to talk a little bit about what my plan is for going forward. And this is going to be how I plan. Ooh, 500 would be nice. How I plan to, is that it? Oh no, pet emergencies. How I plan to get everything paid off and saved up for. So, pet emergencies, this is my vet bill fund. This is how I do that. So, that's everything I have. That leaves me $285.70 to roll into next week. I am going to drop that into week 4 because that is what next week will be, $285.70. And then that money is out of sight, out of mind, at the bottom. I can't see it. Everything is funded. And we're just going to leave it. Everything is ready to go for this week. So what I am going to do is I'm going to kind of, so if anybody watches Rainbow Budgets, which she's a huge channel, so I'm sure people, at least some of you have heard of her, but she started doing what she calls the avalanche method or the snowball method for her sinking funds. And while I don't have the same kind of sinking funds that she has and the same like structured when I need everything by, I do have certain things that I need to make sure I have funded by a certain date. And one of those things is my my Saver One card. So that is the card that I put my cruise on. And that might be the card that I charge things to while I'm on the cruise simply because it is no interest financing. So I can do I can give myself an extra month or so to pay it off if I need it. Hopefully, I won't need it. That's not my plan, but it's nice to have that if I do need it. Let me find where that card is. So it's right here. So if you watched last week, you'll know I had originally put $500 toward this. I realized that I had overspent in December on a couple of cards that I hadn't covered. So I moved some money from there to cover. And then I did use some of this for giving because that birthday dinner that Nathan and I went to for Nathan's birthday, oh my goodness, y'all, that was fantastic. If you are a red meat eater, because I don't know that it would be worth the cost of it if you just eat chicken, like Jenny, my bestie, she's not a vegetarian. She will eat meat, but she just doesn't really like it that much. She's more of a chicken person. If that's what you're into, it's probably not going to be worth the price because it is very pricey. But if you like meat, I recommend going to a Brazilian steakhouse. We went to Estancia, but like I said, there are tons of them. Fogo de Chao and Estancia are the two that are in this area that I am familiar with, and I have been to both of them now. But anyway, it was very pricey. And then we both decided to get a couple of drinks. So it cost a little bit more than I had originally planned. It was his birthday. We had a really great time, and it was worth every single penny. Plus, I mean, technically, I budgeted enough money for the meal, but then you got a tip. And they did an amazing job. And they walk around constantly with the food, and the waiter was so friendly. And the lady who went around with the drink, she was just so, oh my goodness, everybody was fantastic. I had a great time. But it did cost a little bit more than I had budgeted. So I moved some of this money to there to cover that, and also to cover my overspending from December that I hadn't realized that I had overspent. Or I guess I knew, but I had forgotten. So tangent aside, I have decided to redo my budget a little bit, and let's see if we have time to just look at this. So this, if you watched my budget setup for 2023, this is the spreadsheet that I used. What I have decided to do is, I mean, I'm obviously going to pay all my bills. I'm going to pay everything that is due, and I'm going to I'm planning, so mom's propane here. This is an extra bill. I played it there. And then here in September, before it gets cold, I'm planning to just try to fill the tank as much as I can. I want to fill this tank. And then once it's filled, I can get her on that keep it full plan that somebody told me about. I'm so sorry, I forgot your name. But thank you for that information. That was super useful information about propane because, like I said, I don't know anything about it. Technically, my neighborhood has natural gas. Propane, like it's not propane, it's natural gas, but we've got the tank. But it's for the whole neighborhood. Like I don't know how that works. They just fill it. They just come and fill it. And then all of my daily living. This is my cash envelopes, my dining out, my self-care, my pet expenses, my household, stuff like that. That's not going to change. All of this is going to stay the same. What is going to change are my sinking funds. So I have decided to get my pets and my pet emergencies, my emergency fund to $100, and then I'm going to stop putting money into my sinking funds, except for vacation and clothing because I'm going on a cruise. So I need to make sure that I have money in there to cover that. So gifts is obviously going to continue to get funded because I'm going to be buying things for people. It's just going to happen. And medical is going to continue to be funded because I'm still going to have medical bills. That's going to happen. But the rest of it, I'm going to hold off on until I've paid off my cruise. So we're going to go down here to Saver One, where did I put my credit cards in this? Did I put that in a bill? I did. I put it in a bill. So Saver One, you see here, this is what, after I've paid everything and put money into sinking funds, this is what I can afford to spend to the card every month. So in January, I was planning to send $416.48 at the time I did this. Then I pulled a couple more dollars, but I can still probably get this back up with what's left at the end of the month. So I'll put actual numbers in here at the end of the month. So in February, I'm planning to send $300 to it. In March, in April, $400. In May, $253.19 should pay off the balance because Nathan is going to be giving me his money for it when he gets his tax return. So somewhere around here, he's just going to give me the whole amount that he owes me. I'll chunk that all on the card, and and that will pay that card off by May. It's not due until the end of June, and I wanted to give myself a month buffer just in case there's like a straggler $100, or if I do end up adding anything to it on the cruise, which again, I don't plan to do, but in case I do, that gives me that extra month to pay that off before I pay any interest on it. And that way, and then once that's done, then I will resume. So starting in June, you'll see I pick my sinking funds back up here, well, in May, because I'm not paying the full amount in May. So some of them get some in May, excuse me, but in June, everything is going back up. And I've recalculated to make sure I still have enough money by the end of the year to meet my goals. So my registration, I'll still have enough money. My holiday giving, I'll still be able to get my $1,000 for holiday giving. My emergency fund will be $1,000, not $2,000, but that's fine. I can put extra money toward it because I do have these extra savings that I'm still putting in. So I'm still going to be meeting my primary goals for the year. It's just I'm not going to be putting money in every month because I just want to front load my payments for the card to make sure I pay it off before the interest comes due. And that's my plan for that. And so you'll see a little bit of a difference in what I do budgeting wise going forward for the next couple of months. And that's it, y'all. It's 7:53. I have to go to work. But I thank you so much for sticking with me through this journey, for encouraging me, for showing me where I'm screwing up. I really, really do appreciate that. And for your suggestions and your tips and your encouragement. I love you all so very much, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. If you have not yet and are interested in this journey or any of my other journeys, I also have a physical and a mental health journey playlist, and I will link those in the description box. If you are interested in any or all of these videos, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you come along with me on these journeys. And if you are already subscribed, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day wherever you are, and I will talk to you later. Bye.